And let me state this too. I recall in 2014, when the Labour Party got decimated, there were two young people in the parliament, myself and the late Comrade Asot Michael. And that is when we became friends. Now, many people may not be aware that Comrade Asot Michael and I did not have a good relationship in the Lesterbed administration. And I won't get in any details because I'll be respectful of my fallen comrade. But what brought us together was the fact that we recognized as the two youngest and senior members in the party at the time that we had to coalesce to fight the UPP to get him out of office. And I'll state here that Comrade Asot Michael and I became the formidable duo within the Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party, fighting to regain power. And I would say too that in terms of contribution, I don't know that there was any other two individuals who would have contributed more towards the 2014 win than myself and the late Comrade Asot Michael. So I'm saying this to say that, look, at some point the Labour Party will be in opposition. But what is necessary to ensure continued success is to have a cadre of young people who are also experienced. Because by the time we found ourselves, myself and Comrade Asot Michael, in opposition in 2004, we had experience as government ministers. So when you look at people like, Comrade Michael Joseph, Comrade Lamin, Comrade Maria Browne, Comrade Darrell Matthew, these are people who would have had significant experience in the unlikely event the party were to find itself in opposition anytime in the future, so that they would be able to convince the people of Antigua and Barbuda that they have the competence. I don't think anyone can question the commitment at this time, and I don't see why they will change that culture of service and empowerment. I think that is deeply entrenched within the Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party, in which all of us understand that ultimately our focus and certainly our role and function is to empower the people of Antigua and Barbuda, to serve and empower them. So I think that we are making progress with the transition, and I certainly want to thank the senior members, some of whom we had to really talk hard to them to kind of get them out of the way and said to them, look, man, make room for younger people. And it's not because we wanted to be offensive or to be aggressive, but, some people, unless you put a little pressure on them, they would move. And I want to certainly thank them. I believe they themselves are probably now reflecting that, look, we're making the right decision. Because if we were to make the mistake here and go back to the polls, primarily with the same set of candidates, especially the losing ones, and then we're to lose, how do you rebuild after that? It's more difficult to rebuild in opposition than to rebuild in government. So if we're rebuilding now, recognizing at some point we're going to be in opposition, by the time we end up in opposition, you have a cadre of seasoned, relatively young people. In fact, I'm hoping too that early in the next year or sometime in the new year, when additional senatorial positions become available, that we can attract maybe one or two individuals in the 20s, early 20s. Again, making sure you have a few maybe in the early 40s, in the 30s, in the 20s. That is how you ensure sustainability.